Hello there, welcome to Team Fortress TV. We've got a Premiership game for you tonight from ETF2L Season 22, powered by Saloon.tf. I'm Sideshow, with me is Mike, and we've got DavidTheWin on camera. We've got Lego versus TLR coming up for you today, and I think it could be a pretty hotly contested one. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, definitely the same. I think there's a real chance of an upset here, but I wouldn't call it an upset even, because I think Lego are actually a pretty decent team this season. So I think, we definitely could see one map, going to each team tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a definite possibility of that. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't have really pegged Lego as one of the teams that could contest the top before this season, but having a look at them in the Challengers Cup and how they performed there, as well as having a look at some of the PCW results and things like that, they definitely seem like a team that can contest the top, and TLR have been having some roster issues as well themselves. We'll have a look at the roster just in a second for both of these teams. The maps coming up are going to be Snakewater and Gully Wash. It's a week 2 game here in ETF2L Season 22, and my favourite resource at the moment, Mike, for looking at these teams is the ELO, which I think people were really keen about in, was it Season 20 or something, and then people kind of forgot about it a little bit, I think, but I love it. Frack puts this stuff together all the time, and Epsilon currently at the top there, you'll be happy to know, but Lego are sat in the 5th place, with TLR in 3rd, or potentially I think 4th after the scrims today, because they did just lose 2 games fairly heavily to Reason, I think. So they're certainly around that same kind of level.
Yeah, I remember when elo.tf came out a few seasons ago when I was playing in Suave, and we were all super keen about that, as it was the first season it was around. But then I think the website might have gone down or something. I think it might have only just come back. But yeah, it's a good tool. It's a bit better than using the betting websites. So yeah, Lego being 5th isn't surprising, and they're right next to TLR probably, I'd say right now. So just behind. But yeah, it's no matter which way you look at it, it's so close between these teams. I think it should be.
Yeah, I think so as well. And Lego are fairly confident on Snakewater and Gully Wash. I think they're one of the 2 of the maps that they really like out of the map pool. And TLR maybe slightly on tilt after losing to Reason. Do you think they still class themselves as a real top-tier team, even after having these roster upsets and difficulties post I-55?
Yeah, it's weird. The TLR players, I feel like, Hoopy especially, they kind of have a weird... I don't know how to say. I would say an ego, but they don't express it that much. But you can tell in the way who people show up for interviews only after they win, and it'll be very talkative if they win, but if they lose, it's completely silent and stuff like that. So I think they do think they're still a top team after I-55. I feel like they thought they played well at I-55 and they got unlucky versus Ascent. They probably felt like they should have won that. And even picking up Concrete, which we'll probably talk about in a second, I still feel like they think they're as good as they were at I-55 if people would think they're good at I-55.
Yeah, they did have a good day 1 performance at I-55, and then they kind of ended up exactly where everyone expected them to be, in 5th place, which is a little odd. But do you consider them a top team? You played against them in the Challengers Cup. They did actually beat you on one of the maps, but maybe more to do with the map pool rather than actual skill level of the 2 teams matching up against each other. But would you still rank them as 3rd place, like they were previously, or maybe even 2nd they came in ETF2L?
Yeah, it's so difficult to say. That season of ETF2L was so weird because the Reason roster completely changed before the playoffs. So the fact they finished first was I don't think it was representative. It was probably one of the first seasons where usually teams are oh yeah, we'll play. We don't care so much about the regular season, but as long as we get into the playoffs, it'll be fine. And usually the first place team that would say that would still end up first going into the playoffs anyway before they even supposedly started trying. So, but then that season, yeah, that was the first time a sort of TLR or a team that wasn't really thought to be finished first in the regular season. But I would say that it's hard to say they're the 3rd place team, because I feel Full Tilt can on a good day be 2nd or maybe first, and then they can just be like fourth or fifth. But TLR are like a pretty solid third place team. Like I feel like they'll always be behind Reason and Epsilon, but they should be able to beat the rest.
Yeah, they should be of a caliber to be able to beat Lego on a good day, but I think they definitely have the potential to lose games, and Lego are looking like a great upcoming team. They'll be wanting to put some points on the board, show that they're capable of doing this kind of thing. Let's have a look at the rosters as well, just while we've got a little bit of time waiting for the players to trickle into the server. I'll run through the Lego roster for anybody who hasn't really seen them. They have had a bit of a spot in the limelight just at the beginning of Season 22, but their roster is a Condom on Medic. Dr. Phil is going to be the Demo Man. The Pocket is Josh, a great upcoming Pocket in my opinion. He's doing very well with the team, and his soldier partner Dimul on Roma has been hanging around the scene for a while. He's a French guy, hangs out with Tech and Flippy and that lot, but he's really come into his own in this team, I think, and the soldier combo for Lego, very, very good. The Scouts, Sorex and iZon, who occasionally may not be the most cerebral players, but they have the DM and a bit of teamwork, and they can really get things done.
Yeah, definitely. Like they have they're a very DM heavy team, and like these players have been around for quite a while, but only recently, you've seen them shine. Like Dimul, he was always just like a backup for French teams, and then suddenly he just started playing. I think it was when he started murking a lot for no, I was gonna say BK, but well, ex-Nerd Rage last season before LAN, that he really sort of became like what I think lots of people think is quite a good player. And yeah, another one you mentioned is Sorex, who is such a solid scout. I mentioned this when I was casting, I think, a Razor Cup about a week ago with Nation, but like Nox is considering him for the Reason I-55 roster. He thought he was that good, and yeah, his aim is just so sick. Like he's definitely like Clockwork may have like some Italian genes, but Sorex is like the full shebang. I would say he's like the maybe one day soon he'll be like European Clockwork level. Maybe. I think his aim is that good sometimes. And Josh, I think we saw him go huge in that pre I-55 Cup where Lego surprised everyone and beat Dogs pretty hard, and that was a lot to do with Josh just going huge that day.
The TLR roster then, to have a look at that, they have the American Nursey on Medic, who plays in what most people are classing a mid-invite team, that's Get a Well Fan Club, and following up on Demoman is War, as usual for TLR. The soldier combo is AMS and a new robot that they've picked up, Concrete, a Portuguese guy who's been hanging around kind of high for quite some time, but never really made it through to Prem, but this is his big break. And then the Scouts are Happy and then Kyler for Fun making a return for this season. So they do have quite a few changes to the roster. What do you think about the changes, Mike?
Yeah, having the American Medic is very interesting. Like the ping, to be honest, from playing them yesterday, didn't seem to be a disadvantage to him or just the Medic at all, really. Like the Medic still played really well yesterday. Kyler for Fun is such a great addition. Like yesterday when I was playing versus TLR, I kind of forgot that they weren't playing with Nico anymore, and then Kyler for Fun wrecked me quite a bit, so he's definitely like such a good pickup for this team. And Concrete is like the wild card. Like I knew they were playing with Salmon and they were talking about getting Salmon, and then suddenly out of nowhere they got Concrete, and I'm pretty sure it's just like he's Kyler's Portuguese buddy, but he's like he was okay yesterday, but he's not like on the same level as AMS or any of their previous Romas that they played with so far. So it's like such a mixed pickup of players that I feel like they're kind of on the same level as they were before, just with different strengths now and different weaknesses.
Yeah, and those strengths and weaknesses are going to be pretty visible at the beginning of this season, I think, while they all kind of find their feet and start working out how they're playing together. I know that I was watching the Wars stream actually just before this game to have a look at their scrims versus Reason, and AMS is still kind of figuring out how best to synergize with Concrete, or really it's the other way around, but AMS is the one really leading the soldier combo, and so he's trying to get Concrete to come with him on the bombs. TLR are a team that really favor the double soldier bombs, really aggressive mids. They have and it's still going to be a learning process, I think, for the beginning of the season. They might come into their own towards the end of it and really start getting a lot of synergy. But if you're Lego here, you really want to make the best of a great opportunity to take some points from
definitely.
a top team.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, this is like a TLR not in their final form, which Lego should be able to take advantage of tonight. Like on one of these maps, at least. Like, it was like Gully Wash, especially. I noticed last season where Lego were just like getting most of their wins and most of their rounds, and Snake Water isn't a bad map for them either. But yeah, like Kyler for fun though is like he's doing a lot for TLR right now. Like Hoopy can go big on a good day, but Kyler for fun, like not playing the pocket role, he can do a lot more than just clean up.
Yeah, he's definitely got that ability to go huge for the team, and he's got the phenomenal DM, and also he's perhaps a bit more of an intelligent player than Nico as well, less predictable in what he's going to do, and going to be able to take the engagements in a bit more of a way that favors himself and his team. But the whole team of TLR is going to have that kind of wild card edge to them, I think. Even when they take on the top teams, it's going to be interesting because they're not going to be at a consistent form, so we'll see how they go. We have just swapped servers there, I think. Some of the players having ping issues or something, but it seems like Dimul has 100 ping on this server as well, so we may be hopping from server to server and seeing how this stuff goes. What did you think of TLR when you faced them in the Challengers Cup?
On Badlands, it was fairly straightforward. Like, I don't know, Badlands has definitely always been one of my favorite maps, and probably all of the players in Epsilon love it too, I'd say. So yeah, that was like a very comfortable lead. Sunshine, it's the first time we played Sunshine with this lineup. So I don't know, after the first map especially, we just kind of went into it just expecting a win, but like it was so close, and then we sort of started trying to win towards the end, and then it just didn't work. We were already too far behind by that point. And then, you know, we just like regrouped, refocused on Snake Water, and they did put up a pretty decent fight on Snake Water, but it was just, especially for me, it was easy to play against Nico after you played against him like once or twice, because he's just so predictable, and you can just counter him so easily with the team. But Kyler for fun, just plays like, he is a smart player, and his movement is so good that he can just do a lot, and he switches up his what he likes to do, where he likes to go, if he's playing passive or aggressive all the time. So it's really hard to play with that, especially if you're not ready. So they were good yesterday when we played them, but they it didn't seem that much different from the old TLR yet. Like, we're still comfortable playing versus them, even though we did lose Sunshine. But yeah.
And on the flip side of that as well, we played against Lego with full tilt, and I think we're a very inconsistent team, actually. So I think yesterday was a really good day for us. We were able to dispatch Lego without too many problems, but they have previously taken maps off us, taken Snakewater particularly off us, and made other games really close. So I think they're certainly not a team to be underestimated, and they're going to start coming into their own. It's really the soldier combo though, more than anything. I think their scouts compared to the TLR ones are quite a big weakness, but I think the soldier combo for both of these teams is where it's really going to come into its own, because it also factors into the way that these two teams play. I think TLR are kind of much more of a team that are prepared to sacrifice their soldiers in exchange for position and ground and pace of the game, whereas I think a lot of responsibility is shouldered upon Josh and Demil to actually get the frags and get the damage out, and leave the scouts to more of a cleanup role, less of a DM heavy role.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I agree on the TLR point. Like, their soldiers are much more expendable in the TLR. Like, they were always a scout heavy team, and playing with Color for fun doesn't really change that. I just think it'll make them stronger, because they'll have more situations where they'll be able to push for two scouts, where they didn't really have that with Nico so much, because he was always like on the flank or too far ahead, or, you know, just waiting to respawn. So, but then for the Lego, I'd say it's the opposite. Like, their scouts are probably more passive. Like, Sorex will W plus -1 quite a lot, but iZon on the other hand is quite a reserved player, and also they're more likely to run sniper than TLR. And these days, you know, snipers are so very common that we, especially on Gully Washington's the Snake, you can see a lot of that. And I'd say Lego actually have in Demul and Sorex and iZon have a big sniper advantage.
Do you think that's one of the better ways to play the map, or play these two maps specifically, Snakewater and Gully Wash, or in terms of actually having them in the transition plays, or would you only bring them out for something like stalemates between mid and second?
I wouldn't say it's so much like map dependent, but it's just the fact that versus teams like less developed, more random teams like TLR, I'd say. Like if you're playing against a team like Reason, it's going to be hard to use a sniper because they're very organized and they're very quick to, you know, pressure and spam that out. But, you know, to run a sniper versus TLR, I think Lego would have quite a lot of opportunities to catch TLR out on that, regardless of the map. So it just depends really who you're playing against, and yeah, basically just who you're playing against.
And so TLR going to be potentially hard pressed to lock this down. We've got a little update on what's going on with the technical side of it as well. These teams are jumping from server to server because they're looking for one with decent ping. I think Happy is very picky on it, and so is Demul. Well, Demul perhaps not so picky on it. He actually had 100 ping on that server, which you don't really want to be playing with unless you're doing an intercontinental show match or something. But he's they're attempting to find a server. They did actually find a server that they liked, hosted by the Lego player Zen, but there was no STV on it. So that doesn't help us at all. So I think they really want to play on this server though for some reason. So Zen is apparently looking into adding STV or something, which sounds utterly moronic to me. They should just move a server and find one where the ping's okay. There's a absolute multitude of them on servme.tf and just owned by community members. So they should be able to find one somewhere that everyone's ping's the same one.
Like, they only tried 2 servers, I think. Well, not counting the one without STV, so, you know, if they just kept swapping, they'd find one eventually. Like, it's not going to be that hard. But, yeah, what do you think, Sideshow, about the snipers? Do you think we'll see much off-class? Or just off-class in general tonight between these teams?
Yeah, I think so. I think Lego love to run a sniper on these maps. They have the ability in Demul and iZon. I think Sorex doesn't normally do it, actually. They like to keep him on scout, and Demul's certainly the better sniper of the two, but I have seen iZon pick up the rifle a few times, and sometimes to decent effect. But it's Demul, I think, that you really need to watch out for, because he is an excellent sniper, actually. He's the classic French sniper. Everybody in France, I think, can snipe. I mean, if you looked at the French teams and people like Nerdredge, who had three out of the 6 players French, all of them can snipe. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like, Tech's phenomenal, Flippy's like incredible, obviously.
Bull's
really good.
Sniper.
Yeah, Bull is actually a good sniper. I mean, it's pretty insane. I'm not sure why the French community has created so many good snipers, but it's a bit odd. Either way, I think we're going to see Lego pick up the sniper rifle fairly frequently, and not be afraid to use it in pushes as well. I think they're not too bothered about only using it as a pick tool. You will see some teams do that. I mean, if Reason, for example, are going to be using a sniper, then it's purely just for one play. They get the pick and then they either swap off or they slow things down again and get another pick before they take another push. But I think with Lego, they're not afraid to just use it with a bit of momentum and then just try and set the sniper up to get picks during a team fight, which is an interesting mode of play, something that the French teams have done before multiple times, just pushing with a sniper and hoping that he hits the shots. If he doesn't hit the shots, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. You know, you don't have a scout or a soldier there doing damage, but if he does, then he's just popping off 150 all the time.
Yeah. And what about Color for Fun then? Because actually I was just trying to jog my memory a bit from when I used to play with him and against him, and I'm pretty sure he's not afraid to go spy or sniper every now and then, and he wasn't a half bad sniper either, even though he's only Portuguese and not French. He's still pretty decent, would you say?
Yeah, I didn't see him pick up a sniper that often that I can remember, but I do remember a few times of him going spy and doing some other off classes like that, so it'll be interesting to see whether they try and run a counter sniper. I think TLR will try and deal with it just by throwing soldiers at it. That's normally the TLR solution for anything. Yeah, it's throw some soldiers at it and see if it works, and the rest of the people can walk forward. Yeah, absolutely. Throw amps and concrete in, and then War will walk forwards and try and pipe stuff, and if that fails, then who knows? They don't really have a solution. Well, hopefully it's slightly more faceted than that, but we'll see whether it is just one-dimensional play. At this point in creating a team and everybody kind of finding out how best to play with each other, it might be as one-dimensional as that, but we'll see how they approach this game. I don't know whether we have any other information on the servers or anything. I think the teams are still trying to sort it out, so we'll attempt to get this game going to you fairly shortly. But in the meantime, there is a cast going on Team Fortress TV 2 as well. That is TurboTabs and Hildreth, and they are covering Reason Gaming versus Serpents as well. So since we have a ton of free time, Mike, why don't we have a little talk about that fixture as well?
Might as well.
What obviously I think Reason, yeah, I mean, even if you look at Saloon, it was 99 to 1% at one point. I mean, that honestly, it blows my mind. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad. And there's a spread of 0.5%, sorry, 0.5. It's not done in percentages. So that all Serpents have to do to win the bet is win a map. Surely they've got more of a chance than that.
It really depends. Like, Serpents, are they? Do you know if they're playing with the same roster tonight?
I think they are. I'm not sure. They do kind of. They sometimes sub people in and out. They had Shadowburn on Scout at one point. They had Shayu on Medic, but I think they're going to be using the same roster they've been doing in like the Challenger Cup and stuff.
Yeah. Well, after the game on last week, whenever we played them, I remember Forsaken telling me it was pretty hard to organize that team or lead them. So I think he is going to be switching to Roma, and I think I remember, to most people's surprise, when Shadowburn was in TLR, he tried leading for a bit, and apparently he was a very strict main caller, but he was also very, attentive, and just like generally making a lot of comms whenever he did main call. So if they are trying that tonight, that's another big wild card. Like Shadowburn. If Forsaken couldn't make it work, and Shadowburn's going to try main calling, then he's the only other person on the team that probably could make anything work in that team. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. I think Forsaken can do a lot on Roma, especially as he will be able to switch to Sniper more frequently, which is a huge asset to any team he's on, being able to go Sniper. Yeah,
absolutely. Forsaken Sniper's pretty deadly, and when he's on that Roman roll, he'll be able to switch to it fairly easily. That's really interesting what you're saying about Shadowburn on Pocket as well, because yeah, he did play Pocket for TLR at one point, and they were considering switching Amps over to Roma full time and just running with that, but they never in the end. I think more just because they didn't like Amps on Roma rather than they didn't like Shadowburn on Pocket.
IMMS couldn't really adapt to playing Roma at all without the heals. His KD's suffered quite a lot from that, and after about a week of playing, it wasn't working. But Shadowburn, his Pocket performance was fine during that time. So I would generally say it's harder to play Roma than to play Pocket, but considering he's been a Roma for so long and he just switched to Pocket like that and main called, and they did want to keep that, it says probably quite a lot about him being a decent main caller. So I hope that would work out for them tonight. But the only thing I'm worried about for Serpents is just like the scout situation really isn't great at the moment. Apparently I've heard that Atomic has quit the roster, so now they're playing with Nesh, and I don't even know who
Nesh
the other
and
scout
Lippy with Shayo on Medic or something. That would be a little bit insane, but yeah, a little bit of turmoil maybe within that roster. Then they are 7th at the moment on the ELO, behind Danger Dogs and Lego, along with the other top 4. But they really haven't been putting up the performances against the top teams. What would you say the chances are of taking it to Reason?
Very slim, like considering the game we had versus them, they didn't really put much of a fight at all. It just really depends if they've just made some big switches in their roster. Like if they had probably Lippy, Roma, Shadowburn Pocket, Forsaken Scout, that could be big, because like Forsaken can carry on Scout sometimes if he's just on fire that night. So they just have to try some weird lineup and just hope it works and catches Reason off guard, I'd say, to win a map even.
Yeah, I think you're right as well. And potentially, the crazier they play, the more unpredictable their play is, the more they have a chance of taking something to Reason. Because I think Reason are the kind of team that like to play very structured, but they have said a few times that you really can't play that slow style against the Russian teams because they just try and throw people at you constantly from all directions, and they perhaps struggle a bit with dealing with everybody all at the same time. So I think that'll be an interesting one, but that's not the game that we're covering here today. We're covering a much closer game, we think. If you have just joined us, this is Team Fortress TV with Sideshow, Mike, and DavidTheWin, and we're going to be covering the Week 2 game here of Season 22, powered by Saloon.tv's Premiership tier with Lego versus TLR. We've just been having a little bit of difficulty with the server. Apparently, the server's restarting. STV has been put on there. What a strange situation. I don't know why they've decided to literally add STV to a server that previously didn't have one, rather than just find another server. It boggles my mind, but whatever. Maybe that's the decision-making skills that we're left with here when we're covering TLR versus Lego. But these two teams gonna be pretty close. I think we're in for a good one. Snakewater and Gullywash. Snakewater is gonna be the first map. Let's see if I can get a prediction from you then, Mike. What do you think Snakewater is gonna be like?
I'd say probably like 4-3. Yeah, 4-3 to TLR. And then Gullywash, I feel like on Gullywash we'll see maybe a golden cap after a lot of rounds. I mean, I feel like say 5-5, but that's a lot, especially in an official. But I would say just a golden cap on Gullywash. Go into Lego, why not? Probably seeing some demo sniping on Gullywash mids, which could win them quite a few of them. And yeah, just some big plays from Josh on that map as well.
Yeah, they love doing that actually. They love rolling out Demo the sniper to the mid fights. They do it on Process sometimes, Gullywash. I don't think I've ever seen them do it on Snakewater actually, but they certainly do it on Gully, and that's going to be our second map here. So TLR may be a little bit hard pressed to deal with that, but I think TLR, if they play aggressively like they normally do, should be in a decent position to try and shut out those snipers if Demo brings it to the mid fight. But I think it's pretty reasonable what you've estimated there. I think I'm going to go with. Yeah, I'm going to go with the TLR victory on Snakewater, but I'm going to go with a full-out Lego victory on Gullywash. I'm thinking something like 5-3, 5-3, both maps, but to alternate people. And ta-da! Mike, we have the connect! Hopefully all of the players are in there. If they've made us wait all this time and the actual players themselves aren't in there, I'm going to be a very upset Sideshow.
Yeah, well, I could imagine, joining and they're all just slowly leaving as we're joining, but I hope
suddenly
they finally find the one.
ping spikes.
Yeah, you never know, but at this point, I'm pretty sure they might just, even if they did have an issue, they probably just accept the ping and play on as they isolate.
Yeah, this game's going to be starting very shortly. Then I can see all the players in the server. They're all getting on their teams at the moment. We're going to have a look at the rosters as they trickle onto your scoreboard. It is Lego in the red and TLR in the blue. And we're getting started with Snakewater very shortly. The team's just warming up there in the DM as everybody trickles onto the server. Who are we watching to go huge then? Are you pinning all your hopes on Kyler for fun?
Yeah, I'd say probably Kyler for fun, and I don't know, like, War. We were all talking about his team and the tilt earlier, but I think he's going to play okay this game, but he's not going to go huge. But it's like I want to see big things from AMS really versus like the Lego soldiers, because the Lego soldiers aren't afraid to jump in a lot and just be in your face. Like they don't try and bait rockets, they don't really counter jump. So I feel like AMS, he's got a big chance to hit a lot of big shots tonight. So him and Kyler for fun, I'm expecting big things off. And then conversely on Lego on this map, probably Demul and Sorex. Like Josh is probably going to play a solid pocket, but like I'm expecting big flanks and big off classes from Demul.
Yeah, I think those are some good estimates for players to watch there. I'm going to be taking a look at Nursey as well and seeing how the medic for TLR adapts to playing on the high ping as well, because I haven't really cast my eye over the medic play that much. I'm going to see how she compares to Condom, because that's the notorious hi. Yeah, hi, I'm Condom, drops Uber. So we'll see if the TLR medic can put out a better performance than that. We have got all 12 players in the server finally. No lag issues for anybody, apart from Nursey, obviously. Actually, Sorix's ping's on 90, but who cares at this point? I'd rather he played with 90 ping, and I don't have to slip my wrists and wait for another 3 servers to be cycled through, an STV to be set up on everything. So we should be going live very shortly then. So we're both predicting a TLR win for this map. It's going to require some big plays from War, probably. It's a pretty demo-centric mid, so all eyes on him to bring this one home.
I have, I think, a sound issue where I can only hear... I can hear everything, and then I can just hear whenever Josh fires the rocket. So I might just have to watch him for the whole game. So I guess I changed my hopes, and that Josh instead of Dimu will go huge this game, as I will be watching him for about half an hour probably.
Very unfortunate there, stuck on the Josh cam. No, he's a good player and hopefully gonna pull out something big as well. The players should be going live fairly soon. We've got everything configured. They're waiting on some unknown quantity, or maybe they're just waiting on us, who knows. We do have the TLR comms as well, so we might be diving into them occasionally. We don't have any LEGO comms because they're afraid of saying stuff. I don't know. The LEGO team never give us any comms to work with. They don't like giving away their deep set strategies. Apparently the teams have gone live in real time as well, so we should be going live very shortly. This is the week 2 match between TLR and LEGO. Sideshow, Mike, and DavidTheWin, and we should be going live with our first mid in just a matter of seconds. I'll run through the rosters very quickly for you as well, just in case you missed that when we did it quite a while ago. It's Condom, Dr. Phil on Pocket, Josh on Roma, Dimul, and the Scouts, Sorix, and iZon. That's the LEGO roster in red you see before you. The blue team here is going to be TLR, the last resort, and that is Nursey on Medic, War on Demoman, the 2 soldiers, Amps on Pocket, Concrete on Roma, and the Scouts, Hairpea and Kyler for fun. Are they going to be able to live down an upset though? TLR's egos are going to be bruised if they lose any points today.
Yeah, especially yesterday, they were disappointed, I think, after they beat us on Sunshine. I think they expected more from themselves on Snakewater, so this is going to be their chance to like recompose themselves tonight. So they're either going to get kicked while they're down or just like pull themselves back up. And I think, you know, if they want to have a good season, this is actually a big game for them to win.
Yeah, they need the points from this fixture, really. They can't afford to be dropping them to LEGO. LEGO, I don't think a team that really many people are going to peg for actually getting into the playoffs. It is a top 3 playoff system, as it was for season 20 and 21. So you really have to be doing fantastically well in Prem in order to get into the playoffs. So LEGO will have to be astounding a lot of people if they want to make it there. But let's have a look at this then. We are going live with our first mid. Who are you going to watch to this first mid between TLR and LEGO, Mike?
I'm watching War, who rolled out lower. He's about the same time as Dr. Phil, who also rolled out the same way, but he hasn't really got any early damage. He spams the Scout on Hut, but so far he hasn't really caught sight of the soldiers. Actually, the LEGO soldiers both on both ways, with one going in their kitchen. Meanwhile, I think AMS went aggressively onto Dr. Phil, and Ward tries to push across the point to follow him up, but he's got jumped by a soldier himself. He's on the medic. He gets, Dimul gets Nursey, and also got damage onto the wall as well, so forcing the TLR players back, but some of them are trying to get back in to neutralize the advantage, but instead AMS jumping up top, going for the soldier, and his scouts go forward with him. Now they finally push on the medic, but they're going down one by one and getting other frags instead though. This might actually work out for them if they manage to just kill all the combat classes. No, they do not. And, oh, but I think, did the medic Condom go down?
War got a really nice sticky on Condom just at the end as he dived into kitchen, and Condom did die at the end of that one. A really strange play, I think, from TLR's soldiers actually. Ams bombing in all the way from choke, does a double rocket jump and lands on the enemy shed. That only gives him 2 rockets though to actually try and apply damage onto people. Oh, Sorix is getting so aggressive. Sorix is getting really aggressive onto both of the Scouts and Concrete. Is going to get chased out, but he was miles ahead of his team there. Maybe just trying to get a pick onto Nursey or something. Maybe try and open things up for his team. But as it stands now, LEGO just going to be in control of mid with TLR holding second. And it looks like the TLR players are getting a little antsy. They want to make something happen.
Yeah, like I think a lot of the LEGO players died a lot later on mid as the TLR players were going for Condom to neutralize the advantage. So I think Sorix was trying to push in, but he didn't realize his team was so far behind because of the recent ones. And TLR are actually pushing for Soul Move now, and they popped their Uber already. and the condom just forces as well quite a bit later, and they catch Nursey out completely. He should die, but he's still surviving, and he's taking so much damage, but he finally gets taken down by iZon from Kitchen, who also got the demo as well, so they're all pushing glass together. This should be just like an easy cleanup now. It's going to be AMS goes behind to try and get the medic, but he gets the demo instead, and the scout, Caliphate Fun, is the only man left for TLR. He's jumping everywhere, and he's out lower. He's going back in for round 2, I think, on the medic, but they don't know, they don't care, they're just going for last already.
The Sorex shuts him down as well as he flanks him behind, and Lego flooding onto last, straight onto the last point, playing the camp time perfectly. And that's 1-0 already. TLR are going to be smarting from that one. They are definitely going to be in that kind of position where they feel like they should be winning, and that puts a lot of pressure on you, puts you in a bit of a bad mental state if you start off on the wrong foot, and they've certainly started off on the wrong foot here. Let's have a look at Amps and Concrete and see what they do. Amps was jumping from that lower area with a double jump, and then Concrete was playing very, very passive, so we'll see if they do anything different. In comes Ants once again, going to be trying to meet with Sorex, but hasn't actually put down any damage, destroyed instantly, and Concrete's just hanging around on the top area. War and Happy already gone down, and Nursey's really out of there, hurt, and Demo's on the chase.
Yeah, Concrete just blew himself out trying to get for Condom. I think he was trying to shoot 2 rockets while in the air. But yeah, and again, another huge middle for like Lego this time. But
Demo's found Nursey as well.
Yeah, they just wiped TLR in middle completely, and they kept Condom alive. We see AMS getting aggressive in lobby, but he realizes he can't do anything because all of Lego are already basically on second, bar a scout or 2. And I think Steam will already pressuring War up back, so you can't get any aggressive stickies in lobby. And yeah, that middle, the Concrete was just so passive for TLR that he didn't really do anything until it was too late. And even then, when he went in too late, he didn't do anything. So
yeah, they need to sort out the soldier aggression, because that's really been the bread and butter of TLR, and if they can't get that right, they're going to have a few difficulties. In comes the Uber, Josh and Sorex leading it forward. They get the frag on Kyler before he can run into the spawn door. They need to start playing the point and drawing people down. Amps has blocked it for a little while. In comes Concrete as well, but the camp time too much. Was not putting down any damage to secure those frags. 2-0 already. This is not going well here for TLR.
So TLR should win 4 straight rounds now. And,
yeah, in order for your predictions to come true.
But this way, they really need to fix their middles. Like, Concrete just needs to be effective on these middles. Like, I suggest a fast rollout, just into the enemy's combo, and try not to pick the medic, because it's very unlikely to pick him on your own. Dr. Phil already goes down though for Lego, and TLR are just so quick. They all push over the point in unison. The soldier just bomb into Nursey, but a beautiful sieve onto the hut that saves him, and that was such a good middle from TLR. They picked Dr. Phil instantly, and just the team push they did across the point all together completely bullied Lego away. I'm surprised more of them got away, and they're still pushing them back into lobby. Josh is pretty weak, but he manages to get out, and now we're just going to see an even Uber situation on us.
I think it's actually quite well played by Lego that they managed to identify the situation was bad early enough to get all the players out, because that looked disastrous for them, and they still managed to get Condom, Josh, I think Sorex and iZon both escaped as well, and now they're really set up for this last hold. Dr. Phil again getting super weak. Oh, he's actually going to get taken out. That's such a misplay by Condom to drop him from the Uber charge and still pop it off anyway. They could have held the Uber and just dropped Dr. Phil there, waited for the spawn and then push, but instead they have found some frags. They're finding frags all over the place actually. This is really nice DM play by Lego. They've managed to push everybody back. War's been stuck out as well. Is he going to be able to leave here? Sorex and Josh are going to chase him down. They're so weak there, Nursey and War. Oh my god, War gets the frag and he's out. Unbelievable. 7 health. I don't know how he managed that.
And Nursey did go down, but the TLR players managed to pick up 2 frags on the chasing players, and they're still trying to contest second without heals. This surely can't go good. They have to get out. And yeah, this leaves Condom with a huge advantage. On that last push, TLR did lose AMS early, before even Dr. Phil died, and then Concrete and Scout got picked up as they stayed in too late, which left Lego able to push so aggressively like that and catch Nursey off. I'm surprised Walk, as you said, managed to get out in such little HP, but yeah, Lego have just a huge advantage, and it looks like they're going to push for lower here with 5 people stacking around here. I wouldn't say this is good, but D-Mule should be able to handle. Yeah, he's got a scout with him in the storeroom, he'll be just fine. And we see the push coming through Kitchen actually. Josh is so weak, he sees the scout. He's not sure quite who to shoot, but they do get at least one person. Meanwhile, everyone else from TLR managed to get out very swiftly, which is actually, I'd say, very well played from them, only losing HP.
Yeah, that's perfect from TLR. They managed to force it out there and all escape. The only casualty hairpiece. So Nursey now with a huge advantage. We're going to see almost the exact same situation but reversed. And it's up to LEGO to try and do something the same or potentially better. But they've actually got players kind of posted a lot more aggressively than TLR's previous position was. Josh diving so deep there, actually does get the force, but now it's really on everybody else not to get fragged. Demul trades with Concrete, so that's not too bad. It's only one player advantage for TLR, and it's essentially the exact same situation. Right now the pressure is on LEGO to perform, but they still actually have a pick. If I was TLR in this situation, I'd actually be wanting to bomb somebody in before they get in a position to push. Maybe force it out of Condom aggressively.
That looks like what they're trying to do. Amos jumps to the window, but it takes huge damage from Sticky Chast. Meanwhile, the scout comes on in the train color for fun. But as Amos died so early, he's already been paying attention to and gets chased down by iZon.
They're committing two of their scouts as well. What is this play from TLR? So many people committed and they've completely lost this. And now iZon's going aggressive onto the medic. He's got Nursey down to 13 health, pistoling away, can't quite find it. But Dr. Phil's locked her in as well.
There
goes
everyone
Nursey.
here. AMS respawns, he's trying to come in and help War, and War manages to just get out barely again. AMS might have just saved him there with that lucky respawn, but yeah, LEGO got their Uber just so much quicker. But now we see Kyler for fun hiding in low. He's onto the medic. He drops Condom with a sneaky two-shot, and he gets out in kitchen as well. So, the scout's chasing him. He's got so much damage on it. Izon's down to 4 HP, but he doesn't go down. And TLR, but they don't decide to block even with that drop.
Yeah, I think that's potentially a bit of a misplay. I think they could have tried to block that while there were still players chasing Kyler for fun, but they're going to have a slight Uber advantage and heal advantage that they can maybe try and prod with now, but there's so many players for LEGO kind of distributed around this lobby area that they need to get a good read on where everybody is before they try and push. And this supercharge advantage, to be honest, really isn't that big. It's only about 20%. It's a bit difficult to push out from last if all you have is a 20% Uber advantage. They'll really want to pick as well.
Yeah, but they're 2-0 down, so they kind of have to at this point. It's probably best they didn't rush out, but at the same time, I mean, they could have if they'd done it well, but they're, like, in this current state, I'd say they're probably not confident enough to pick those plays. AMS has got too greedy in cheese and got picked up by Josh. Meanwhile, the Hoopy and his Uber picked off Sorix, who was pretty aggressive on the hut, and the rest of LEGO quickly get out. I think TLR will be chasing... No? They're not... they know LEGO already have the Uber, but they're not even going for the force, I think. I can't see Concrete right now, though.
Yeah, Concrete is on that lower area, just getting buffed up by Nursey. Might be trying to go for a play, but in come Demul and Josh. They're already there. The Uber Charger is surely going to get forced off. No! Wow, they deal with Concrete so quickly, actually. Demul and Josh just turning around, delivering two crisp rockets. Down he goes. Kyler for fun gets nothing out of that either. And the only player they've lost was an aggressive Demul, who I'm not sure quite why he was going so far forwards when they have the Uber advantage, but Condom's health is so weak as well. He's surely not going to drop this one. He has to pop it off. There's a sticky right in front of him. Josh and Sorix leading the Uber forwards. They get the pick on War instantly. No stickies on the point here, and they have an opportunity to play the point, but they're worried about this Nursey Uber charge, which might be coming in. 91% goes down, and now there's no heals on the board either. But LEGO are losing frags.
Yeah, TLR have the number advantage here, and they just gathered up in respawn, and LEGO chased all the way to respawn instead of trying to focus the point, which is just such a... I'd say that's probably LEGO showing their inexperience there, but it's fine. They're 2-0 up, they keep their medic alive, and Nursey did go down in the end by Sorix, who managed to salvage the situation. So with their 6 up now, it looks like they're trying to repush again. They know they have the Uber advantage, they know TLR know they have the Uber advantage, and TLR spawns are so late with their medic that they took ages to get heals, but Sorix just overextends, and now TLR have the better position. They're getting 2 frags. This is LEGO's one. They get another. They surely should keep pushing this while LEGO on the back foot. But they're not together. The scout's in ahead. He manages to get, I think, the sniper anyway, and they're still chasing. They could pick another scout here, but he manages to get out. That could have actually gone a bit worse if TLR gone 1 by 1 there, but in the end it worked out as they did regroup quickly enough.
Condom was pretty close to getting caught as well, but he is going to be able to get out of there, has the Uber charge as well, and now TLR are in control of the midpoint and actually pushing all the way to second. Concrete's checking some spots, and TLR takes a lot of... Happy takes a lot of damage. Nursey dropped so weak there by the bomb from Josh, but Josh is going to get taken out. They drop War! No, disaster then for TLR, and iZon's getting frags all over the place. This is an opportunity for LEGO to push now. The aggression hasn't quite worked out there for TLR. lost a player in the Uber charge that they couldn't afford to lose, and Kyler's just got slammed by iZon and Sorex.
Yeah, I don't know what Concrete was trying to do there. He just tried to steal the health pack on second in front of 5 people and didn't do any damage, and then Kyler for fun also was too far forward, which leaves Lego able to reclaim the mid. Yeah, as you said, War did get dropped. I feel like he did overextend a bit also. It wasn't entirely his medic's fault, but that could be a bit of the ping. As you know, they have the American medic with that 100+ ping. Big, huge bomb from Deemul onto Nursey. It only gets a 50 damage rocket on him. Meanwhile, but the demo and Soldier goes down anyway. They were so distracted with that Roma that they just didn't notice the rest of the team pushing in. And now they're still going under. There's a close scout on them. What will TLR do? They have the Uber.
Oh, they're not going to save... Oh, they are going to save Kyler on 5 HP there. I thought that was going to be a disaster. He picks up Sorex, and they haven't really managed to do much with that. The repush shouldn't come in here either for Lego, since they got all the spawns in. Nice pipe by Dr. Phil, but he takes a direct rocket as well, munches down on that one, drops himself to 14 health, and is forced to be healed. And Ams is getting... They're feeling the pressure now. They really want to push out. They're trying to get frags. War's taking a 1v1 against Josh, who's just dancing around here with the escape plan. Can he manage to find the frag? He's missing pipes all over the place. Doesn't find the frag at all, and War was distracted there for quite a while. Nevertheless, his team managed to pick up the second point, and that's a fairly successful push out from Last, just based on intimidation factor, I guess. And Lego going to be holding mid. The score is still 2-0 though. Lego firmly in control of this map so far.
Yeah, the Ubers are completely even too. TLR did get the better spawns on that last to help them block it. AMS is overextended again, gets dropped. Meanwhile, and I think TLR is just getting flanked right now by Deemul, who's on second attacking a Soldier 1v1. They're both so weak. But meanwhile, on mid, it's still hectic. Condom was so far forward, he went down. Josh does pick up War, who got him, and he's taking the 1v1 as well. It's just Hoopy left alive. Deemul is so weak. I think Hoopy can actually do this. He's going for the window. Okay.
Whoa. That was really strange there. I think Deemul expected him to come from Saw and was jumping out window or something, and then just he appeared, and Deemul attempted to hit the crazy direct. Didn't quite work.
He's back in.
Yeah, Happy wins that one.
Yeah, I think Dr. Phil actually spawned quite late there. He must have died at some point on the middle fight, so it was just Deemul alone on second there. I don't know why. I mean, he was lucky to get out. I hope he didn't expect him to see him as he just jumped out a window. So Deemul was lucky to get out. I don't know why he went back in, but this leaves TLR with a number advantage, and they just have to be playing aggressive now. Like, they're 2-0 down. It's half the time left. Like, they can't just keep playing as conservatively as they do. They have to take some risks now. As you can see, AMS is doing that. He's so weak though. He manages to get out briefly, just so close. Well, TLR, the rest of them are walking in catwalk. They got some good damage. Like, Sorex and Josh is so low. Josh managed to get picked off. Meanwhile, I think Deemul is behind in storeroom again. He goes down no quickly. So no soldiers to Lego, who are trying to fall out, but they're just leaking
They've
players
got
right
the
now.
Uber charge though, but they're just dropping players left, right and centre, and Condom is surely going to have to pop at some point, and so the decision to try and milk it without actually saving any of his players is, I think, a terrible one. Oh, nice shot from Deemul, the sick mid-air slam onto Ams. Down goes War as well, so they've come out the better end of this, but really that was all due to the pick on Nursey.
Either, probably. Yeah, the pop from Condom actually was lucky because Josh just managed to get forwards, and I think Deemul did too, so it meant they managed to get in on the Uber and make the most of it. But yeah, I would have popped a bit sooner to save the demo, but it didn't matter in the end. They're still pushing aggressively now. The Soldier all over the place. Concrete isn't really going aggressive, he's just trying to distract a little bit, but all the rest of his team is out anyway, so he's not really distracting for anyone. I think Hoopy might have been behind, but he didn't even manage to get any damage on the medic. Khalif is going in under while AMS jumps in on the hut, and they manage to just catch Lego off guard. Meanwhile, Sorex is in behind, he's on the Nursey. Nursey's half HP, but he doesn't go down, and this leaves TLR with a slight number advantage. They have to take this though. Even though Lego will get their Uber slightly sooner, both teams will consider it even, so I doubt that Lego will take advantage of this.
No, there's not really the opportunity to do it, but they also really won't be bothered that much. The more time they tick off the clock, the more TLR are going to be feeling antsy, the more they're going to be wanting to take pushes that really put them at a bit of a disadvantage, but they're forced to due to the time There's only 13.5 minutes remaining, and they have to make up this 2-0 deficit, and they will be feeling constantly like they should be winning, so they'll always be wanting to try and take the engagements. Down goes Dr. Phil there, and Sorex falls as well, and they need to collapse on TLR and trade these Uber charges, but dropping everybody on them again, not in a position to Uber anyone, and I don't know why iZon is trying to stay out of this Uber charge as well. He needs to be in it, they need to be getting frags, and they need to be getting them quickly, but iZon again just running away from everybody. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. Actually finds the frag on Kyler. That's a decent pick.
Yeah, but again, it's just so messy. I don't know why the Lego's team was just so split right then that they couldn't really stay in on second. Concrete was again, he just walks in. He doesn't really do anything. He could have just done an aggressive bomb. He could have got behind anything other than just trying to walk in, and that would have allowed his team to get in. But again, he goes down. Hoopy went down shortly after. Huge bomb from Demo, misses such a close rocket nearly onto Nursey, but it doesn't matter. He gets killed by Josh as he was trying to escape under. Anyway, War is going in now, trying to equalize the situation, but surely the TLR players are just going to go down one by one here. Concrete does spawn, or he did just get reset and he came back in. He managed to get the demo, but I don't think it will matter. Hoopy is the only one alive. He is heavy. He's on top of the point. What's he going to be able to do? He's getting spammed by the soldier and the scout already. Nursey does link up with him. It is another second until the spawns, but they have the Uber. They have the number advantage. They have the position, and there's nothing TLR can do. 3-0. My prediction is already wrong.
Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy at the moment, but TLR have an opportunity here to reset. If they get a really good mid-fight, they can start getting momentum back into the game. That round lasted so long. The first two went thick and fast towards Lego. TLR had a really good mid then after that, but the round itself took a long time, so yeah. TLR are really going to be hoping to make this one quick.
Lego was still in control that last round, so I feel like the game is still in their favor. AMS and Concrete both aggressive top right. Concrete does try bomb. I think we have a pause.
Yeah, we've got a pause so far. Look at Concrete all the way up in the air there.
5 people looking at him, just majestically soaring through the sky. But yeah, this is more like what he should be doing at middle, but I don't know, judged by the way, I don't see Color for Fun right now. I think he's getting... Where is Color for Fun? Ah, he's top left. Yeah, this is very interesting. Both teams are in a kind of similar position, except for the fact Concrete is in the sky, and he's going to land on their side. Meanwhile, he's probably going to have 4 Lego players focusing him. And you can see the TLR players are ready to start moving across the point. Like, Wall's already halfway across, so we saw that last middle, I think, when TLR just like all pushed across the point together, like a wave of blue just forcing Lego out. So I think if they manage to do that again, it should be another comfortable mid for them. But yeah, they're still 3-0 down, and they didn't really manage to get that many tries on Legos last, even after winning the mid last round. So yeah, they just need to go take this mid and go above and beyond.
Yeah, I think one of the crucial things though from last time is that Amps was in a position to follow up, and he's sat really far back this time.
Yeah,
and he's also only on 50 health. He's running gunboats. You can't commit to a jump like this on 50 HP because you're not going to be the focus of the Lego fire in the kind of follow-up. But I don't know whether he's really going to be in a position. The rest of the team certainly are, and they're going to be trying to follow up on whatever Concrete's doing. But if they manage to take out Concrete quickly with iZon and Zorex there, and they really are focused on him, so if they manage to take him out quickly, they might be able to stunt this push completely. I'm a little worried about Amps' positioning and the amount of early damages taken, because he should have been fairly healthy. I don't know where he's been tagged by a pipe from Phil or
yeah,
a rocket
he did go
or something.
top right fast at the beginning, and he just took all the spam, all the focus, and then so that he had to pull back a bit. But hopefully, you know, the scout Hoopy is going to get his buff. I think he should get like the 125 and maybe a slight over buff fairly quickly. Color for Fun is already full HP top left, so I think Nursey will quickly group up with AMS, and they should be able to push across the point quickly. And also, he's one of the last players going in, so he's not going to really get focused that much, so it shouldn't be an issue that his HP is so low. But yeah, the health on Lego is definitely better right now. It just depends how fast they can kill Concrete and then deal with the rest of the TLR players pushing across the point, I feel.
What do you think about the pace of the game so far then? It's 3-0 to Lego. This is a really unexpected result. I mean, we said that there was an opportunity for an upset, but I don't think anyone was... there wasn't really an opportunity for a crushing, but that's exactly what it's been so far. TLR haven't looked in it at any point. They won one mid-fight and a few scrappy exchanges, but they haven't looked in control at any point.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't say Lego are that far in control. Ooh, Concrete goes down so fast. Like, they were also ready to focus him as the pulse came off. But the rest of the TLR players have such good position. AMS is so weak, but he manages to just like kite all the damage on top. But now they've traded positions. It's Lego's going to come on top. Josh picks 2 AP, and Dr. Phil is so far forward. He gets so much damage onto the TLR players in the storeroom, and they force to get out. He does get a finishing pipe onto AMS before he goes down. And yeah, that was interesting, because I said it would come down to how fast
they're coming back in.
Went down. They exchanged the Uber, but this is so bad. They can't force Condom. They only just managed to do it, and this it leaves such a better Uber for Josh, who's just having fun with War just there. And he's going to keep going, surely. Their demo is dead. They have no position on second. I don't know why Lego... there they go.
They're just feeling the pressure. TLR are feeling the pressure so badly that they feel like they have to take that fight, that Uber exchange. And that's ridiculous from TLR, because that's a solo demo Uber into 4 players. Oh, this is a disaster.
And it's not working so well. They managed to get 2 picks. They trade 2 for 2, but they still add a number disadvantage. But I think, like, surely... another pause comes in.
Kyler's actually all the way behind them as well. I think he was like, he dived all the way down to onto mid, and I think he took a 1v2. I think he already killed someone, but I'm not sure. I think he picked someone off behind and got Demol down all the way to 30 HP, so he's really delaying everybody trying to help out Josh and Condom. So although I said it was a disaster, I was kind of expecting a bit of a follow-ups from some Lego players, but I didn't spot Kyler for fun, causing all of that havoc behind. And now that War's in this fight, I think TLR can definitely try and defend this. Again, they just threw some soldiers at it and see if it worked. In went Amps and Concrete. They both died some hasty deaths, but the trade with Sorix and iZon was completely worth it, because now Happy and War can come in and potentially either finish the fight or force Josh and Condom out.
Yeah, like, I wasn't really sure about that play, but I get like, it was completely worth it, and that's, to be honest, this kind of stuff they have to do right now. They're 3-0 down, 9 minutes left. They don't have time to like try and play smart, play conservative, and just like wait for picks. You know, they need to do these unexpected pushes like that, and that's a good starting point. And they have Kyler behind for fun. Kyler for fun behind, who's doing a lot of work for them right now, and that's helping them a lot. And they probably need to play more like this, more random, to be honest, because Lego are playing better in the team fights and team situations. So I feel like TLR right now need more players behind. I feel like Concrete needs to get behind more and do more behind with Kyler, and AMS and War can make the most of that probably.
Something interesting that we didn't touch on before was the fact that TLR actually trialed half of Lego when they were thinking about putting the roster together, and they were thinking of having a merger between these two teams for quite some time. They were considering having Dr. Phil on Medic, picking up Josh on the Roma role, I think, on Roma. So that would have been an interesting merger. I don't think they were actually intending to take either of the scouts. I think at that point they were still trialing Kyler for fun as well, and trying to get him on the roster. But it's going to be interesting if Josh, and it looks like Josh is actually laying a smackdown onto TLR at the moment. He's got 3 dominations and has been playing really well so far. He's got 5 ping to this server, which really can't hurt too much, and he's performing very, very well. And as well, Dr. Phil isn't playing too badly. He's on demo. I feel like Dr. Phil's quite a consistent demo player. Oh, let's see how this fight comes out though, because Condom and Josh are getting pressured back, but neither of them are going to fall. War couldn't quite trap them in there, and Kyler's still running havoc behind. Has taken out Dr. Phil as well as Demul. Oh no, Demul's still alive. Demul is still... no, he's not. Is he dead? My HUD's broken.
Demul. Wow. Demul is just respawning. And off the back of that, TLR pushing through storeroom, wasting no time. They know they can't. But Josh... oh, he gets dropped by Condom. That's huge. Josh is about to do so much there. And so many Lego players come into the Uber as well. They all have to get like flashed. And Demul craters, since he just couldn't get enough heals since there were so many people in. And I think iZon is behind on second. Or Sorix actually, taking the fight versus Color for Fun. I'd favour Color for Fun to win this. It doesn't matter because TLR are going to win second anyway. He's just trying to delay. He goes down, and TLR pushing through storeroom with that 4 players. 5 players going through storeroom. They still, I'm pretty sure they still have the... oh no, my head's still broken, but Lego don't have a good position anyway, so they can't block second. So now this should be an easy cap for TLR, and this is their first real chance to get around, probably, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be Uber v Uber on last. Nursey has a very slight advantage, I think, but I don't think anything that they're going to be able to use. And Ams has gone down there to a sticky trap as well, so that's going to hurt them.
Oh, Timo picks wall as well, and he's still going
disaster.
in lobby. Lego are holding so aggressively right now. They're getting so many picks. TLR just didn't expect them to be holding so far forward. Timo managed to get a shot on the medic, but it's only in the chest. I think. Oh, it's Timo accidentally on last. Yeah, and Kyle's on last at the same time. He's stuck behind. He's 1v2 right now. I'm not sure he can do it again. He gets the scout, and Dr. Phil is weak.
Oh my god.
Dr. Phil, but it's too late. They managed to get the point, and another 2 players are coming back for him. The no scope body shot from from Demo, sorry. But meanwhile they were distracted from Kyle for fun. The rest of TLR managed to come in. This is great, but Concrete just, I don't know. He ended up in the middle of nowhere after that bomb. But this leaves Nursey was still a better Uber, as I think HP forced them early. But yeah, I think Nursey actually is at a disadvantage now because he basically used his Uber for nothing, and Lego coming back in as soon as that Uber's off with their fresh spawns, forcing TLR out. War is weak, he's surely going to get cut out. There's a scout trying to trade frags, but they can't. There's just too many Lego players with just 2 good heals right now. And yeah, it's a number advantage for Lego, and a big one as War's down.
They're pushing through the kitchen here. They're trying to get onto everybody, juggle Nursey up in the air, and they're trying to take this aggressively. Josh has put that down quite a lot of damage onto Concrete, but he's managed to get behind and help out Kyler for fun, who takes a big whack from Demol. That was a nice play by Demol. I thought he'd struggle a little more taking down Kyler, who was trying to start that back cap and just delay things for a little while. Now Nursey has the Uber charge, and they're going to be posting up on mid. Look at this aggressive play from Lego.
It's
no insane.
No one sees them. Yeah, they just walk straight in, and they managed to get 2 easy frags from that, and they're probably going to get more as well. The scout goes down, wall goes down. It's just Nursey and Kyle for fun left. Kyle for fun's dancing around as much as he can. Nursey is the only one managed. He's not going to be able to get out, surely, and there won't be any spawners. Hoopy is the only one spawning, but he's completely bossed in. You can't even.
That entire fight was just madness. Like, for starters, why, if you're Lego, would you walk 4-5 players in when it's Uber v Uber? They're surely expecting to get stuck in the choke point and not actually get through. And yeah, the crazy thing was that it worked, that no one was watching for TLR, and they just were able to walk 5 players in through a choke without receiving any damage. And then they had all the position for the Uber fight. Those are insane plays from both teams. I don't know whether that's TLR not giving enough respect, or Lego just capitalizing on TLR's weaknesses. Who knows? But they're absolutely dominating so far, and they now have an Uber chance to take into last.
Yeah, they're taking it right in from the right side, and it's a 60% advantage right now. They're going to pop in imminently as AMS is on the medic, on the high ground. But on the flank, they're losing players. It's just AMS and War. This is 4-0 for Lego. And they could go all the way here and get like a win difference victory on Snake Water.
That would be insanity. The fact that Lego were able to 5-0 TLR. TLR still have enough time actually to come back into this. They can still draw it level. There's 6 minutes remaining. They can come back in. Oh, of course, we still have the TLR comms as well. Now would be a perfect time. Let's have a listen.
Go kitchen.
Sort of far to left.
Alright, go now. Go now.
Pushing left.
Go right side.
Kill me.
Lots of damage. That's really low damage. Like
Sorry, from kitchen. I'm dead. What happened?
Knee Concrete.
I was killed by a stick trap.
I jumped at it damage. I go to left side.
Being casted.
People in the choke.
I don't know whether he said I hate that it's being casted or I hope this game isn't being casted. I don't know what he said, but either way, I don't think TLR are having much fun here. They are getting destroyed, and their pride is getting stung as well. Their egos say that they should be winning this because they are a team that absolutely should be. This is an upset. This is the upset of the season potentially right here. And Lego in control of that mid-fight again, pushing all the way to second with the Uber charge advantage for last. Insanity. This is honestly looking like a 5-0.
Yeah, they have a huge advantage, and I don't know why they're not going. Like, they can't lose this map anymore. They may as well just go under with like the Soldier demo, but they're waiting for TLR to push. They know they kind of have to, even though probably TLR knows it's too late. They finally do get forced in lobby. They get 2 picks. They're chasing right side. Their Uber just came off, but they still TLR are really nowhere near Uber. Like, it'll be another like 10 seconds or so before they have a chance of getting it. they get the demo, they get the soldier, they get the medic. It's just Hoopy alive versus 4 players. 5-0 for Lego.
That is ridiculous. Goodness me. Snakewater goes 5-0 to Lego there. And such good play coming out of Lego as well. They're just winning every single DM fight, doing more damage overall. The soldiers having more of an impact. The scouts cleaning up well. They're playing the advantages better. They just got outclassed. What a bad day for TLR.
I really like to actually, see the Lego comms. Like, they must actually... We were making fun in the pre-game, but they must have some secret strats.
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. That's why Lego don't give away their comms, because they've got all the tactics rustled up their sleeve. Let's have a look at the logs as well. Josh, I think as you would expect, at the top of the damage there, but also 21 for 12, having such a good game. And Sorex just going ham as well, 300 damage per minute, 29 for 12. The two of them together are going fantastic. Oh, iZon! Look at iZon! I had it arranged by damage, so I didn't even see that. But good God, the two scouts for 6.4 KAD and a 3.6 KAD for iZon and Sorex respectively. Just doing the scout roll perfectly off all of the damage.
Incredible.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Like, I knew Sorex, as I said, I thought he was going to go big, and Josh as well. But I think last time I casted one of Lego's games, I said iZon was the wildcard here. I didn't know enough about him to judge his play, but 31 for 7, that's insane.
That's
his
such a
damage
good
is
pocket
so weak,
scout
but
roll.
he just did so well, cleaning up everything. And Lego just looks so in control that whole game. That's incredible.
Yeah, if we have a look at maybe what was going wrong there for TLR, if we try and sort it by deaths, you can see who really wasn't having an impact in the game. I mean, Happy's playing the same role as iZon is, essentially. I mean, he's not going for the big damage, but he's trying to get the cleanup frags and trying to play that pocket scout role. And look at the difference in deaths, essentially, between those two players. Like, Happy was forced to try and take on a role that he's not that comfortable with, try and make plays for his team, go in and make something happen. 20 deaths, along with Concrete on 20 and Amps on 20 as well. And neither of those players getting anywhere near the frags that they need to, or the damage that they need to. 159 DPM on Concrete is just appalling. I mean, that's really bad play for a top Premiership roamer.
Yeah, if you're bombing in once a minute, you should get at least 2 directs before you die. But he was getting less than that per minute. And I think it's not Hoopy's fault, it's not Caliber Fun's fault, it's not War's fault, it's just... I feel like the soldiers from TLR just weren't doing much at all that game, and also it's just they were so split between, it's just AMS and Nursey, their synergy is completely off so far, and Concrete just wasn't doing the right plays at the right times, or the right jumps, going to the right places at all. He was there were so many times he just tried to walk in, or he'd jump in at the wrong time into too many people, or he just wouldn't go in at all. He's just got so... I feel bad because he's obviously a young upcoming player, and this is his first real test. I mean, other than yesterday, but in the actual season, this is his first test. And I mean, DM wise, I wouldn't say he's terrible. It's just definitely the game sense for him is lacking.
Yeah,
he needs to
lack of experience.
pick up that quickly, maybe watching demos or stuff like that. He just needs to get with the game style.
Let's have a look at the medic stats as well, though, just for a second, because I think they're quite interesting where the heals are being distributed and the difference in deaths and things like that. I mean, Nursey had a lot more deaths, 14 deaths compared to Condom's 5. Condom only died once per round, essentially, whereas Nursey almost 3 times as many.
Yeah.
And Condom got off 5 more Uber charges, and the heal spread really is the interesting thing for me, because War received quite a lot of the heals, but I think mainly that's because the soldiers weren't taking as many, if that makes sense. I don't think they're really trying to play a super pocket role with War. I think it's just the fact that the soldiers are going in and dying constantly, so they're not actually taking as many heals as they should be.
Yeah, maybe. They just didn't have time to just group up and get the heals, and I think Amos is so disconnected a lot of the time that he wasn't getting healed as well as he could as well. But he did manage to get a lot of damage considering. But yeah, if you compare it to Joshua just hammed that game.
Yeah, absolutely. He took a lot of the heals, but actually did very well. Oh, DavidTheWin feeding us some juicy information as well. Apparently, it was only 3 real deaths for Condom. He suicided once and died once from just before the rounds ended. So really, only 3 actual deaths in the flow of the game. So brilliant stuff from him and also from the rest of the team. But I think it's kind of to be expected within the context of the game because they were just so in control. Like it was just such a team thing. They'll be really wanting to take that form on to Gully Wash, and also TLR rattled even the right word, fully on tilt.
Annihilated.
Yeah, they're gonna be really ravaged.
That's a good word.
That is a good word. They're gonna be so demotivated after that one as well.
Yeah, like we heard their comms at the end, and it was so hard to listen to. I'm not sure I want to listen to it on Gully Wash, but if they get around on Gully Wash, then we could probably tune in. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, we saw it. The medics at the beginning, like the only misplay from Condom that map was basically when he tried to milk Uber for too long and then ended up losing most of his team. But he got it worked out in the end because he got respawners and they managed to use the remnants of the Uber to like push TLR back. But also for Nursey, that was the first real misplay that led to the first round for Lego, was when TLR tried to repush mid through lower, and Nursey just got caught out completely while they were falling out, and that let Lego push them all the way back to last for the quick first round on Snake Oil.
We'll
Nursey
have to
just getting caught out a lot there.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at the comms as well, like you said, or take a listen to the comms. To try and get a bit of an insight into how things are going for TLR on this map. We didn't use them too much last map. To be honest, I just completely forgot about it in the context of the game. It was just insanity watching it fall down before us. It was crazy. And I think the people watching are going to be just baffled by the fact that Lego are now really stomping a top team. And this is really a completely different Lego, honestly. Like, they're using the same name, but they play completely differently. They have completely different players. This is just a complete new start, and they're doing so well with it. And we're live. Second map. Can Lego do the same miracle that they managed to pull out on Snakewater?
I actually had the game minimized looking at the logs right there, but no snipers on this first mid. Just a pretty standard. Oh, my game crashed, so you take this one away.
Don't worry, I'll take the first mid. Let's have a look. Amson Concrete have got a lot of positions straight away, actually, and they're pressured iZon and Dr. Phil out. It's all TLR on this mid so far, and Dr. Phil's gone down. iZon looks like he's going to fall, but on the flip side, Demol and Sorex have found frags of their own. It's 3v3, but the positioning and grouping is slightly better here for Lego, and they're going to be able to pressure TLR back into their choke. They rush down War and Nursey, and I don't understand the positioning there from those two players. War didn't have stickies to defend himself. He was boxed in a choke point, dealing with a scout and a soldier. I don't get it whatsoever. And TLR had all the position and then just let it slip away from them by playing in the choke instead of around the nipple, in my opinion. They kind of threw that mid after getting some really beautiful initial position and damage out.
Yeah, and on the back of that last map, Lego again just dominating right at the start. They got the second point in quick succession as well. We see the defense coming up for TLR already with the heavy. I don't see any other. Oh, they have the pyro as well. We're not really in a position to block the Uber as he's let Lego in. They're not focusing the heavy at all, though. They do get concrete on the flank somewhere. But Hoopy, the pyro goes down eventually. Meanwhile, iZon was quite overextended. He gets taken out by Sorex. He's on the point already. He manages to cap it.
That's ridiculous. That's so
was in
bad.
water, but he didn't have. I don't know if he had stickies or they just got cleared.
He had stickies. He had stickies on the point, on the right and the left, and they didn't actually reach onto the place where Sorex was capping. Wow. And oh my goodness, and Sorex body blocked the heavy as well, literally standing on the edge of the point so that the heavy couldn't block the point. That's crazy stuff from Sorex. Sorex, Barton. Yeah, they're let's have a look at this next mid fight though. Demol's have been launched really high in the air. Again, great position from TLR, but before it was the flank from Sorex and Demol that really opened things up. So let's see if the same thing happens again. Josh is in onto Nursey, but it's Sorex and Josh down. Demol out of the fight as well, and TLR looking like they want to be pressuring this one forwards. Only 3 players alive here. Let's have a listen to the TLR comms, see whether they're feeling motivated or whether they're letting everything get to them.
Come here, Nursey. They're in a ship position. Go lower.
Yeah.
They have a sentry
So
going on
it's
there.
Saw you under it. Look
Just
mark.
like by.
I need one scout with me. I want to go
Yeah,
main
with you.
with me and a scout.
Alright,
This isn't going to be like a committal push.
Let's go.
We go concrete. We go real
They have a
concrete.
sentry somewhere. Go for demo. On floor.
Behind.
Sentry's on ground.
Demo's low. Demo's
I can't get the sentry.
I'm getting
Solid
actually-
main.
If we would.
Oh,
we got like half
fuck
time.
my life.
Okay, okay, just regroup, go around hills, and then we're going to
Shots
just
away,
play for the
shots on
point.
Eastman here.
Scout's weak down.
Chill, yo, whoa, chill. Come back to lobby. We're gonna like send everybody on point, and it's just gonna be me and Nursey getting out. So like
Yeah,
everybody
concrete
just sort of
around.
go for it. Just give me 1 moment. I need ammo.
Concrete,
I'm
concrete.
going
Yes.
water.
So something shutter.
Jumping straight to point.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to distract
I'm going
shot.
out. The sticks in the corner.
we're going. Stickies.
Solid.
There's a heavy on
on
there.
point.
Where are you, Nursey?
Try and go for medic if you
Heavy.
can't get on point.
I take big damage
Scouts
on
down. Just leave, just leave.
Okay.
Actually,
Two soldiers in there.
We're gonna go big door.
What do you think about that play then, Mike? War not committing to it, not confident that they were going to be able to get it, even with all of that cap time, and everyone was on the point there. I feel like War would have done a ton of damage if he had committed.
Yeah, but Lego are like very confident and organized right now that I feel like that hero play wouldn't have worked. Taylor actually going lower though. Like as soon as they get the super, and yeah, the cap time still hasn't really been degraded. So, but they lose 2 players in lobby, 1 to sticky trap, 1 to I don't know aggressive soldier, and now the aggressive push from Josh comes out into lobby, forces them, and this is a good position for Josh because he can just like bully the surrounding TLR players as he gets color for fun trying to go Riverside. They pick up the other scout as well. Ward does manage to trade with the scout who was pushing a Riverside off the back of those 2 scouts picked from TLR, but it's still a number advantage from Lego. Big sticky onto Nursey, but a big steer from him, the man himself, as he rides Dr. Phil sticky away. Josh is like tanking so much damage, he's trying to force TLR out of choke, and he ends up taking more. Oh, a lovely pipe from Moore as well onto Dr. Phil, and a rocket onto iZon behind the point, and now the TLR is collapsing on Lego. That push failed entirely. This is the first really good push from TLR. They must be able to capitalize on this. It's just a scout and soldier left alive on us. The soldier is so weak, and the scout's certainly going to go down, and this is TLR's first round, Sideshow.
Wow, the first round of the night, and I think that's crazy in and of itself, that is their first round the entire time, but TLR maybe getting back into this. It's 1-1. We actually have a game on our hands, and they managed to push Lego all the way back to last just based off a fairly decent mid. Let's listen to their comms again, actually, see what they're thinking on the mid.
Solid
So they're
map.
going for
Drop
drop
down.
down.
Yeah, so
I'm
go
really
I'm on
low.
maple now.
So go back.
Yeah, he's
250.
in.
So drop down.
Behind that
Behind.
solid.
Soldiers low.
Sorry, I was
Put him
really
down.
jumped. I'm dead.
Scout low as
I'm
fuck
dead,
below
yeah, we
the
can
point.
joke.
13.
Just like 1 HP under. Fuck my life.
Okay, we can't. That we spent way too long with that drop down soldier.
I was running for health back because I got fucked on nipple.
Okay, next time don't jump nipple, just jump into our side, defensive, and then go over. I'm gonna deal with a soldier
Okay.
drop down.
What do you think of War's analysis?
Partially true, but they also just like, as well as that soldier and drop down, they focus like the other players like all like the aggressive soldier or the aggressive scout, sorry, around the point, but not around the point specifically. Like the actual players that pushed across the point, like Josh and Dr. Phil, just didn't get focused at all, and they just annihilated TLR as they pushed into them. So yeah, especially with you just need to leave 1 like player for the drop down soldier and 1 player for the other aggressive soldier. Like you don't need your whole team focusing them as they let the team of Lego push across the point. As they Lego again push into last with their Uber advantage. They do lose iZon really quickly though, and they haven't really managed to do anything with this Uber. This heavy play is so good from Kyler for fun. He doesn't manage to get the scout, and Water is so weak, and now the fights are coming in for Lego. Finally they managed to pick 4 in quick succession, leaving Nursey, and yeah, they get the cap in the end.
I don't know what Hair P was trying to do with that pyro play either. He wasn't playing aggressive with the pyro and trying to stuff them in the door. He was just kind of sat there, just reflecting anything that came at him and not putting out any damage because he's a pyro and you can't put out any damage. So I don't know what he was trying to achieve there. Really needs to look at that. It would have been far better on scout, but the score 2-1 now to Lego. There is a soldier in drop down. They've been trying to deal with him previously. Was going to try and sticky him off, but Demal's already out there, miles behind them. That does free up the rest of their team to be facing forwards here. iZon just dodges away and he's going to flag behind. Deals with War with the help of Josh. but they have lost a few players of their own, including the medic. Down goes Condom, and now Lego going to have to be playing pretty
finally
aggressive.
comes in from behind from the choke after a long time waiting. He gets arrowed by Nursey, who just gave him the run around, but the Scab just comes in to finish him off, and now it's just Dr. Phil left alive. He's throwing a full-out choke. He knows he can't really do much on this mid, even though Concrete is weak. The other Scab did get the health pack, and yeah, that was much better from TLR. They just focused the point, and after that soldier went behind, they just ignored him and just pushed across the point, which is exactly what they needed to do. So props to them. It's a shame they lost Nursey in the end.
Yeah, that was kind of unlucky as well, because Sorix just kind of barreled in there and hit all his shots after Nursey had already managed to defend herself with an arrow from Dimul. So unlucky there, perhaps, but that is going to leave Condom with about a 15% Uber advantage. Not something that really that they really know about, I don't think, but they are building very heavily. Look at the push here from TLR in the big door. They have lost head beam Concrete straight away, though. And this is so weak as well. Only 3 players left alive, and I don't know.
Lego Scouts, they keep going, they don't care. One of them does go down eventually to an arrow. That's the only way you can get stopped. It's like a crossbow to the heart. But they're chasing War as well. Nursey did manage to get out just about. No, he's probably not going to get out of this. iZon just kept going from second to second, killing about 3 players in the process, including the medic. And AMS is going to play, but the choke. Oh, I don't know. Why did he back away then? He heard them by choke. He could have probably stayed in and got on the medic, but instead he just decided to run away, and that leaves Lego with their big advantage. And yeah, no one from TLR is playing with any balls at the moment. Concrete is just hung around in lower for a bit and got taken out eventually as Lego do claim the lobby. And they're trying to pick off these aggressive players. This is a good play from TLR to pick them up, but they need to realise that Lego has the big advantage and they can't hold lobby any longer. As the scout did run in lower, and he meets up with the medic and demo, and they just go straight for a point. This is so good from Lego.
That's so perfect. Wow, so well played from Lego. Such a read on that last and the positioning of TLR, straight for the point, sticking themselves in. Brilliant stuff from Dr. Phil. 3-1, and they look so in control. The impressive thing for me for Lego in a lot of these situations is how they're playing with a lot of intimidation. They are absolutely scaring TLR from all of these situations. They play as if they've got a lot of health even when they don't, and they're just bullying TLR away from a lot of these engagements, as well as doing tons of damage to their scared players. The flank from iZon is going to be able to pick up War 2-shot straight into the back. He's also going to frag Nursey as well. Oh my god, everybody just going ham, and it's like Lego have reached another gear here. They just need to keep Condom alive. They need to play with the heals. They need to dial it back just for a second and make sure that they're all up, but Sorix doesn't ever dial it back, and that's a problem at this point because Amps is in.
Yeah, and Dr. Phil managed to get Amsu chasing, and lets his medic get out that surf from Condom, just like surfing scatter shots and a small rocket. That was beautiful, and they could even go back into mid and contest. That's exactly what they're doing. They're going to go for choke this time, switch it up a bit. Dr. Phil, unluckily, or unfortunately, didn't manage to get out. And yeah, it's too late to go back in until out the better position. But yeah, again, iZon on mid. 2 huge frags.
Yeah. I mean, really, really nicely played, and they're going to repush this with the Uber charge. There's only Concrete in any kind of position. It's going to be on him to force this, but I don't know why Amps isn't in a position to spam as well. They need to try and put some spam on them, otherwise they're just going to bleed a player, I think, and they've actually all just been bullied out. Nobody going aggressive.
He hits the ceiling and whiffs the second. So unlucky.
But it's so much responsibility to shoulder just onto a new roaming soldier that you've picked up who isn't like a fantastic DM player or anything. Like, why not just try and play it more safe and just force with the spam? Either way, Nursey is going to get the Uber charge up, and now there's a Uber fight exchange. They do find a frag on Sorix, and that pick that they previously got on the TLR's Concrete is going to open things up. Oh, but they're all getting fragged. The stickies from Dr. Phil are so good to lock everybody off while they just corner War in. Oh, and it's like TLR have given up. They're just getting eaten alive.
Yeah, like when it went to 1-1 and we heard the comms in TLR, they didn't sound too dejected. They sounded like they, you know, had kind of got themselves together. Dr. Phil just walks into a solid in top lobby and tanks it completely and switches. It's going to push last from Riverside on 7 HP, and it doesn't matter because Lego just had the better heals. As Nursey went down a while ago, and yeah, 4 rounds to Lego, yeah, and we're on to the 6th mid already.
They're losing their grip on the game. It looked hotly contested at the beginning, but now Lego running away with it once again. Let's have a look at Sorix and iZon on this next mid. It's the 6th one, and Sorix is going to be barreling across the point. iZon still playing passive in choke. waiting for somebody to go aggressive from TLR, and that's going to be Concrete. He's got him in his sights now, though. Hits him with a nice shot, and Amps takes him down in 2 shots. iZon's DM is so good today for some reason. Sorex goes down, though, and both of the scouts from TLR coming back into it. There go both of the scouts from Lego, and now they're getting the frags.
And now they're just pressuring Lego at a big door. Again, it's Dr. Phil and Condom left, except this time there's a lot more TLR players alive. And none of them are really aggressive, though. TLR and Condom are fairly safe in lobby, and they should get the smallest in time. Not sure if they'll be able to get out to block second, as they did decide to stay in bottom lobby instead of rotating up. But they're taking a lot of spam from War right now, but War himself is weak. He's so... he was exceptionally weak, but he managed to just get healed. I think it was 10 HP at one point, taking scattergun shots. And yeah, even in Uber's scenarios, it'll be interesting to see Lego. They don't decide to hold lobby, and they fall back to last with the sentry as TLR prepared to go through main with a demo and a scout.
In they come, the Ubercharger is popped there onto War. Was so weak though, 10 HP is going to get juggled in as well. Finished off by Sorex, absolutely meat shot there. And they've seen Hair P kind of run behind it. Concrete, Kyler going to be pressuring the point at the same time. Hair P finds the frag on Dr. Phil, and Kyler again just getting a little bit of cap time, delaying them from behind. Such good play there from Kyler, such a heads up play to keep distracting them, forcing them to look behind at the point every time as the players flood in from the front.
And
really
to keep
well
TLR
coordinated
in the game as well. Like, they're not out yet. It's only a 2-round difference, and there's still a lot of time left. And TLR haven't been doing too badly in these middles since they started pushing across the point a bit more. But as you said last night, Hamis has got wrecked last middle, and him and Concrete just need to start doing a bit more. They're just playing so passively right now. Concrete does jump, he gets the scout, that's a good pick on Sorex, but the counter bomb from D-Mule is just huge. It completely destroys their medic and the demo, and it's just Hoopy and Califafon, they're both so weak. Califafon was stuck around under, and Sorex was the only casualty for Lego on that middle. That's insane.
And Happy's miles behind. I'm not sure what he's planning. He's coming back round to Big Door now. I don't think he can blow the point, but nobody's seen him come back in actually. iZon wasn't very aware of what was happening. And now Happy's in a position where he can come behind onto Comdom, and he's been spotted though. iZon is in, and D-Mole hits him with a rocket there. I think that was just supposed to be a skip jump, but either way it does tag Happy quite heavily. And let's have a listen to the TLR comms. It looks like they want to play this aggressive and push out.
Yeah, they run main. On last on me. I'm dead.
Touch HP river.
Oh my god. This was horrible. Hope nobody saw it.
Let's go up, choke.
Right side?
No, left side.
Okay.
Demo right.
Solly's going drop down.
I'm solo. I'm gonna left.
He's on me.
Get out.
Scout slow. Shallow slow.
Not took 60.
No, we have to go.
Scout slow.
I got killed by just take us on me.
Happens.
It's like a funeral in there. Oh my god, they are hating their lives. They just want to die. Like Kyler
fun, got obliterated by Dr. Phil.
And then instantly, as soon as he died, he just called, "Get out." It's just, oh, Josh is in so deep. Look at Josh. He's almost already on last.
He's just taking all the eyes right now. And he's completely behind as well. He's not. How hasn't he gone down? He's 6 HP. Is he going to regroup with this medic? No. I'm kind of glad he didn't, because if he had, I would have been mad. But AMS is trying to block the point. He jumps into iZon, who's on fire so far, and iZon just wrecks him. Was in lobby. Gets some nice stickies that pick iZon and gets some good damage, which Califafon follows up on as he takes down Dr. Phil. But it's a kind of even numbers scenario now. But surely TLR will come out on top of this. Condom manages to go down, and yeah, that push kind of backfired from Lego. I'm surprised TLR managed to hold that on such little heals. Like, that was so messy in lobby. That could have gone either way, because TLR had the number advantage and Lego had the heals advantage. But D-Mole's one sniper went straight to Big Door, went straight to pick War, and surely Lego, once they've healed up again, they can push off this. But TLR, they need to play aggressively right now, and they're still trying to do something even with that number disadvantage. They're playing pretty close to choke. If they decide to go Big Door,
oh my
it would be
god,
bad.
Lego is so aggressive. They're just
push
piling in. They just, oh my god, and Demol gets the frag on Nursey. They're just absolutely slapping TLR around. They can't control the pace of the game. They can't defend properly the choke points. They can't, they're not winning whether they go aggressive or passive. There's a massive DM fail. Things are just not going well here for TLR. And Nursey down means that there's a huge Uber advantage for Condom. Things could go very badly here for TLR. It might be 6-2 already, and we're just waiting for the push to come in. They're all grouped up in lower lobby. They know that they have the Uber advantage. Why are they not pushing with it? Are they just trying to waste a bit more time? Are they just trying to tick time off the clock? I feel like if you've got this kind of momentum, you should really be pushing it forwards. And in they come, actually. They come in down from main. iZon and Josh are going to be chasing frags instead of going for the point. There goes War. Now they're flooding onto the point with the Hairpie down at the same time. They're getting all these frags and they're really not losing much. Another one, unbelievable from Dimul.
Oh. No. But
and
yeah.
the Demol sniper only seems to come out now, but honestly not even needed. Like, he's hitting headshots everywhere, but they're still going to win that fight no matter what.
He's hitting sick headshots, but it's just insult to injury. Like, it wouldn't matter. Like, those players would have died eventually anyway. And I'm surprised he's not still running snipers since he was just hitting so many headshots then. But this is I don't know, vanilla setup, I'd say, for this mid. Both solos of TLR jumping towards the point, taking some early damage. And all the TLR just clamp up on my side. Luckily, Colour for Fun doesn't get obliterated
jump,
right at the start of the
Concrete, jump, for the love of God,
AMS
jump,
has
stop
to jump
spamming.
instead, and he gets the medic, and I don't know what Concrete is doing, he's still just on the floor, but it doesn't matter, his team manages, he gets the scout that time, finally, and he'll actually win that middle. AMS has decided, you know, enough is enough, I have to be the big boy of this team.
And I think Kyler took a lot of heals on that mid as well, and was able to just clean everybody up who went aggressive for Nursey. I think he got 4 frags on the mid and managed to defend his medic. So great play from him. Let's have a listen to the TLR comms now that they're finally in a good position, and see if they're feeling a bit more positive.
Go lower, lower. Go lower, lower.
Yeah, I'm with you. Sticks.
Solar still up top.
Use it, I guess.
Oh, I'm not with you, you're short.
Alright, we're going in. Power's main.
I'm going for the
Tag
point.
70.
I'm on point with Color.
Power's main.
Oh fuck.
They took
We need to
70.
focus.
Go to Color out on point.
I'll come back in now.
I mean, still in water. Tell me when I can go.
Going. Demo's on it. There's a solly on it. I'm pressuring them now.
Soldier,
Demo's
back.
tag.
Demo down. Come on.
Yeah, we did it. This is now where people are going to remember where we get one.
Oh my god, I love War.
Yeah, we did it. But they got 10 minutes and they need to do it again another 3 times if they want to draw things level, and I feel like Lego were kind of slacking off a little bit there perhaps. Let's have a look at these 2 scouts as well from Lego who've been going so huge on previous games. Sorix and iZon. Sorix and iZon going to be munching amps as he goes forward there on the top ground. iZon drops down and gets another one actually onto Concrete and another onto no way, unbelievable. There's only 2 players left alive here. Happy gets mulched by Demul and Kyler's just stuck. Again mulched by Demul, who was playing that pocket roll there at the end of the mid fight, but iZon just went ham there.
Yeah, both the soldiers just went one by one and they got destroyed one by one. And then iZon just kept going. He just didn't slow down. The demo is so unlucky for War. War just shot straight into his face, into the path of, and iZon is clearly on fire right now. His aim just looks so smooth when I spec him. And Lego are already in TLR's lobby, probably imminently on their last with a huge Uber advantage. Demul goes down to a sticky trap on Riverside. They rush down this heavy though, Lego into Sneaky. Meanwhile, Concrete gets another pick and Hoopy gets a pick as well. I think TLR should be able to defend this. There's only 3 players alive for Lego. They're all on the point. They pick down iZon. It's just Sorix and Condom alive. They should be able to chase down these 2 players. Sorix is doing a lot of damage and delaying so much that he might have just allowed Condom to get out. But Hoopy's on the medic. Hoopy? Oh my god.
Oh no. He doesn't manage to pick up Condom there, and Dimul's bombed in. Dimul maybe trying to play behind or something, maybe draw people back, but I don't think anything's going to happen there. There's no block imminent from Lego. They've just got a sneaky Demul behind them, but I think TLR just need to fire all pistons forward and get things going. They've got 8 minutes and they need to get 3 rounds. That's got to be some fast-paced TF2 coming up, and War and Amps are going to be bombing in, trying to do something. Demul goes down behind them, but it's the frags forward that they need to find. Josh as well, that's both the soldiers down. That really opens things up, but iZon just running straight into his face. It's going to take so much distraction, and Amps going to get finished off by the stickies. Oh my god, and Conon's got the Uber charge coming up as well. Things not looking good here for TLR. I think in this situation I'd go for a rotate. You have to try and get some time down. You have to try and not get blocked here by this Uber charge. You need the pace of the game continue going in your way.
Yeah, that was so strange as well. Lego just kept sending scouts into that small choke point with 3 heavies in TLR, and like none of them really died, and that left Lego with the number advantage in the end. They get 2 picks on the flank. Califan and AMS go down, and Lego have complete control of the middle. I think there is a soldier left in on middle. Yep, Concrete goes down. He was just walking around. Wasn't sure whether to try and get out or try and jump, and in the end he didn't get to do either, as Lego is just chasing Big Door. Nice sticky trap from War, picks off the scout. The huge rocket on by Josh forces the medic and kills the scout at the same time. And so only 3 players alive. War gets to cut out Big Door. AMS did respawn and get some Uber, but is outnumbered right now. And outgunned as he gets airpiped by Dr. Phil, and the scouts aren't slowing down. They don't care about capping. They're probably padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, iZon is just slamming people all over the place. It's crazy to watch. Like, he's playing so well. You wouldn't normally peg him as a top level scout or a scout with this level of deathmatch skill, but he is slamming people against War as well. And then they pick off Concrete. They're going to be able to cap there. 7-3. Again, another match point here for Lego, and it is still technically possible. I mean, this game has been so fast-paced that TR essentially can still get back into it, but it's going to be an absolute ask for them. It's going to be so difficult, but I don't know. At this stage, even though it's mathematically possible, it's so difficult for TLR to rally themselves and get back into it mentally.
I mean, I would say they're out of it. Oh, that soldier takes a huge air shot. And he's so weak on the floor. Actually, he's not. This is surprisingly unweak.
What is that? He jumps up, shoots himself in the face, and falls back down into Valley.
Oh my god. And TLR is completely sandwiched right now. Sorex is just taking his time to grab up some health behind, and now TLR collapsing on them. The frags are going either way right now, and TLR manages to come up on top of that. I think Lego, they probably feel like they've won. Califafan can't get onto the point, but he's still capping.
He's still capping, and Happy's trying not to knock him off. He slides back down, and Kyler's reward there is a few points, a few cap points. But Happy's trying to get on second as well. This is a huge overextension. Oh my god, he gets wrecked. Absolutely wrecked by Josh. And TLR just going to want to flood forwards because they have to. What else can they do? They have to make something happen. What a nice rocket at the end there by Ams. And Sorex and Demo are just piling into the choke point, trying to make things happen. They're just kind of messing around at this point. It seems like they're just going ham. They just takes down Nursey, takes down War, turns around, takes down Kyler. It's all too easy for these players from Lego. It's crazy. Happy's going to block the point, take a 1v1 with Sorex. Dr. Phil with the 2 pipes takes him down. Their Lego's on. Their DM is on fire for Lego. Their Lego's on fire as well.
Burning plastic.
Yeah, horrible poisonous fumes.
Enabling, no, disabling, sorry, TLR right now. And they keep going again. It's like these scouts from Lego, they're not going for the cap, they just try to get as many frags as they can before they're like, oh, they're all dead, we have to cap now. Demul bombs in from their shithouse. He's got so much damage, but he misses the final rocket. Nursey did so well to get out of that. And it's a 4 vs 4 scenario now. They're going to slightly better heals, and Hoopy is stuck in. Yeah, they're padding stats. As I said, I think Concrete bombs in. He is in their choke behind. It's AMS actually. I should have known the only one to ever jump from TLR. And he's going choke now, and he knows Lego going big way. He knows he has to get back to his team if they're going to have any chance of. Oh, that was so close, that rocket from Josh. And both their soldiers just left their med completely alone at choke with War, I think. Oh, I
think they were going for some kind of backhand there and trying to make something happen. They've got 49 seconds to win this round, otherwise it's literally mathematically impossible. But TLR are just getting bodied. Oh, that is actually really nice. War's got some stickies there, and I mean, it is still possible. TCM may have done it, but they are essentially, for all intents and purposes, out of this game, and they have been wrecked by Lego. Absolutely destroyed. Almost win different. iZon kills himself with the Boston Basher, and they've got a spy in lobby, but this is such a result for Lego. Such a phenomenal result. And it looks like actually Dimul's going for the win difference. He wants to make this happen.
Yeah, he's on spy right now. Oh, what was that? What was that?
That was dodgy as hell. What the hell?
Double jumped into it, like it shot him right in the face as he was invisible. That's insane. But they get war, but they still players down. Overall, they still are in lobby. I wouldn't recommend it as they are. Their medic goes down. But Hoopy gets traded quickly. Nice pipe from Dr. Phil. He's gonna keep going lower. He has the pain train equipped. He gets spotted by Califan. He's surely gonna get cleaned up here. He shouldn't be able to get out of this. He's 19 HP. He gets out big door. Ah, my god.
Dimul's gone spy once again, and he's going to actually uncloak on the point. There's nothing that anybody can do. Concrete's coming back. He's blocked him. Oh, he gets the frag as well as capping the point there. And they've been win differenced on both maps. They've been win differenced on both maps by Lego.
Got denied by a spy.
It's insanity. I mean, Concrete is looking like a kind of not a great pickup for them, but let's be honest, you can't put all the responsibility on his shoulders. That was a really bad night for TLR. That was bad team play. They were getting out deathmatched. Their soldiers weren't making any room. Their scouts weren't getting the frags. Their demos not putting out as much damage or frags as you would normally expect from War, even though his performance wasn't too bad. I mean, what a catastrophic failure from TLR, but what a monumental. That's the word I'm looking for.
Momental is a good word.
Momental. What a momental performance from Lego. It's just so well played. They executed every team fight perfectly.
That's insanity. Like watching Lego play. I don't know if it was just Lego TLR sucking massively, but Lego looked like a really good team on both those maps. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean TLR. I think they lost it as well, to be honest. I think we've talked about this previously tons and tons in the previous season of ETF2L, and also with I-55 about them being an emotion-driven team, and it's like I think once they start losing, they were destined for that 5-0, 8-3. Goodness me. Let's take a look at the logs though from CP Gullywash. Have you got them up, Mike? I mean, what I see for starters is a very, very good performance from War. In terms of damage, in terms of kills per deaths, maybe dying more times than you would really like, but in terms of the heals that were given to him, he's individually delivered, whether or not that translated to a team performance.
Yeah, I mean, he did well considering, like you saw at the end, he just got two people, he dropped the medic with the sticky trap as well, but he did do a lot, but it didn't matter because the way he plays in that team is like the support demo to soldiers aggressive, so if the rest of the team isn't doing anything, he can't capitalize on that, so yeah, I mean, I guess that is the only thing that you can take away from that, really, is that War played okay.
Yeah, I mean, Concrete's the only person with standout bad stats for the team, to be honest. 217 DPM again at the bottom with 13 for 22. I mean, the KD in itself isn't too much of a problem if he was doing the correct thing, but I don't think he really was sacking himself in to open space up for his team. I don't think that was the role that he was taking on, and so it didn't really work out so well. If you order it by kills though, Dimul and Sorex and iZon really up at the top there. Sorex this time taking the mantle away from iZon in terms of how many kills he got. Not quite executing the same ridiculous KD we saw on the previous map, but 31 frags for 23 is very respectable. And Dimul, Godmul coming out on top there as well, doing really well. We expected him to have a really good performance on Gullywash. We kind of expected him to pick up the sniper a little more than he actually did, only playing a minute of that, but still going 5 for 0 on sniper. I mean, when he did pick it up, he was just hitting everything, but he didn't need to because his soldier performance was so good as well. 30 for 18 on Roma is fantastic. He did a very good job.
Yeah, definitely the scouts from Lego there, which just went huge, and also like Dr. Phil, 18 for 12, 8k damage. Like I was watching him quite a bit, and like that game, Like obviously his stats aren't was, but like watching him play, he was like pretty effective. Like he was a pretty good support demo, and then at the right times he just got some really nice stickies that did a lot for Lego that allowed people to capitalize on what he was doing. So yeah, he just played such a good support demo role where I feel like War was just trying to just get like a load of damage that map.
Yeah, the heal spread as well. If you have a look at that, the medic stats between the two teams, again, it's a mirror image of Snakewater and what was happening on there, where was getting the majority of the heals for the team. Amps and Concrete really not taking very many heals whatsoever. Maybe reflected in the amounts of deaths that those two players have for the teams. Amps on 28 compared to Concrete's 22, which in itself is a really strange stat if you hadn't seen the game, where Amps is the one consistently trying to make room because Concrete's feet are apparently glued to the floor, and it's not working out for them. This kind of this double soldier aggression, which they normally or previously have tried to pull off, and they have made it work excellently against other teams in the past. It's just all fallen apart for them tonight.
Yeah, and after that performance, we have quite a respectable number of players from each team joining us in the Mumble for interviews. We have AMS, Kyla Fafan and Nursey from TLR, and Josh, iZon, and just those two from Lego. Welcome.
Yeah. So let's throw it over to Lego first, seeing as they are the resounding victors of tonight's performances. I'm gonna talk to Josh first off and just say, is this something you expected coming into the game?
No. I thought they were very good. Like, they were invited to the top 4 in the Challengers Cup. Can't knock TLR for being a bad team. I don't know. So I never expected a win. I just expected us to play, show up on the day, and have fun.
So then, what went so well for you tonight?
Well, don't know if you watched us yesterday, but that was like us on a fucking bad day. Then we showed up on a good day, I guess. So, day difference, maybe. Who knows?
Do you think you'd peg yourself as an inconsistent team, able to do really well and play like this on some days and kind of suck out on others, or are you just finding your form as a team? What's going on there inside Lego?
Hard to say, really. Like, our setup right now, though, is very, I don't know, very heavily based around me being the, like, comms, me and Phil leading the comms, and Condom's doing what he needs to do with constantly calling Uber advantages and disadvantages. Like, it helps me sort out the situations very well. And I've got, like, Damoon and Sorix on the flank, and iZon occasionally. So I have big faith in my flank. I don't have to worry about people getting behind a lot.
Yeah, iZon, you were going absolutely ham on both of those maps, to be honest, but particularly Snakewater. You're maybe not thought of as a top-level scout, but are you just coming into your own? Are you going to show these big boys what's up over Season 22?
I don't know. I'm actually just playing for fun right now.
A bit like Kyla.
Like in the team, I joined because I wanted to play with friends. Otherwise, I wouldn't have joined. So I don't know. I don't really care. Like,
does Lego even care?
Yeah, no. Like, I don't care. I want to have fun. We are having fun. It went well for me today, but it usually doesn't, I guess.
Okay, modest.
Yes.
Yeah, very modest there, very humble. But if we flip it over then to TLR, we'll have a talk to Ams, Kyla, and Nursey. You guys were going into this being the favourites for tonight. I think we actually both predicted that you would take a map and lose a map, I think. But I think most people would have expected you to come in and really take both maps in a fairly convincing fashion. It sounds like you had a bit of a collapse tonight. Ams, what went wrong?
Their scouts run over us. Like, we played pretty bad in general. That's really not an excuse though. Like, they outplayed us every way possible pretty much. Like, we couldn't get anything done. I felt really fucking baited. Like, I wasn't really happy with how Concrete played and how he didn't really follow me in the situations. And yeah, we just got destroyed.
Is this something that's going to prompt a lot of changes then? I assume that, well, I mean, the roster's just been kind of finalized. Is it even finalized?
Yeah, it's supposed to be finalized. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna swap the roster up, but we're definitely gonna have to swap our playstyle up completely if this is how our roamer's gonna play.
So, how do they compare to Get Well Fan Club, Nursey?
Why?
Are they disappointing compared to what you're expecting from some invite capable teams?
Oh, I don't know. It's like the same exact thing, to be honest. I mean, so far, every single time I've been the underdog in the match on Gale Fan Club, I won. The one time I was favorite in that match, I lost.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a similar situation to the one that TLR's in. But coming into it, did you see yourselves as the favorites? Were you giving Lego perhaps too much respect? Did you think that they were a decent team? What was kind of the mentality before coming into the game?
I have no idea who any of the people we were playing against are.
Let's throw that one over to Kyler or Amps then.
I was pretty confident. I didn't think we were going to lose a map at all. I thought we were going to take it pretty easily. But apparently not.
Yeah, we got completely destroyed. Like, I didn't think that iZon would play as good as he did. Like, he completely destroyed me in 1v1s. Hats off to him, really.
Wow.
Yeah. Just saying the truth.
And so, you're obviously going to be going back to the drawing board trying to figure something out. Do you think this spells a bit of doom for your hopes over the season, or are you still confident that you can come back from this and get into the playoffs at the end? Essentially, that's your goal, right?
Yeah, I guess. Like, at this point, I really don't know what our goal is going to be. Like, this changes a lot. Whether it's going to change how we play, whether it's going to change the roster at all, whatever. Like, something's going to have to change.
Were people getting very salty in the game? Could you taste it? Did Warb dump a bottle of Peter salt on his head?
I think I was the only one getting like really salty. I think the rest just kind of started having fun and started to get fucked.
I remember during the Go Watch game, I was having fun, and then Am started getting really racist towards me in the middle of the game.
So Ams is the real backbone. The Ash of EU. Okay, is that a brush you want to be tarred with? I'm not sure, but yeah. So you're thinking of making some changes, Ams. Are you gonna crack the whip? You're gonna slam some people out the roster, bring back Heist?
No. It's nothing that's gonna be up to me. We're just gonna discuss things as a team and what's best for us, I guess.
He's keeping it on the DL. You watch. As soon as War turns his stream off and they exit the interview, he'll be constructing a whole new lineup. Am's the Snake. That's what it is. So, throwing it over then to Lego, does this change things for you? So we just heard that TLR, it does change things for them. What does this change how you're viewing yourselves as a team? Are you going to be taking it maybe more seriously and aiming for a playoff spot? Are you still going to be taking it casual but still trying to improve? What's your end goal for season 22?
Keep playing together, keep having fun, and we never play unless it's like us six that are there on the day. Sometimes the mool is late, and that's acceptable, but we don't really care. They like fucking assholes, always late.
Oh, yeah, you don't play
Fucking
unless you're the
Dimul.
6, but we wanted to play you on Gully Wash, and Dimul just sat out, and you got somebody else in.
Yeah,
Did
but
you-
then we like had a perma sniper and I ran direct hit.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Not my fault you got slammed by a direct hit. You just need to learn to strafe, buddy.
It was 6-1, kid. It was 6-1. Yeah, so you're going to carry on playing. So which teams then do you think that you can contest? Do you think after having beaten TLR that you'll be able to take rounds, maps, games, full fixtures from Full Tilt, from Reason, from Epsilon?
Doubtful, Reason and Epsilon. But we're hoping to be able to contest Full Tilt, Serpents, and that other team that we haven't played yet. I can't remember the name of it.
Animate?
Oh, Animate, hi. Yeah, hopefully we can take rounds off them.
So you're not setting yourselves too many aspirations, you're just taking it easy.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, absolutely. So we'll wrap that up then for tonight. That's been an upset so far, the upset of the season, but hopefully there'll be a few more as we go along, because nights like this it's fantastic to watch. Unfortunately, it wasn't up on Saloon.tf, so nobody's won any fantastic skins from Josh and iZon's victory there, and nobody's lost any and gonna hate TLR for it.
Very
so,
fortunate. The salt has been contained.
Yeah, it absolutely has. Everyone just loves the underdog story. Nobody's bet on the big dogs. So that's been Lego versus TLR in their Week 2 fixture from ETF2L's Season 22, powered by Saloon.tf, and the maps, perhaps surprisingly, went all the way of Lego 5-0, 8-3 on Snakewater and Gullywash respectively. And that's us for tonight on teamfortress.tv. I've been Sideshow, with me has been Mike, with David the Win on production, and we will see you guys later.